Hey guys, it's SMPB1 here, and today I'm going to be doing an updated version of my Plants vs. Zombies plush collection. The first one I made on April 2nd had almost over 900 views, so I thought, why not do an updated version? So, starting off, we have Pea Shooter again. There he is. Next up, we have Sunflower. Then we have Pea Shooter's first kid. This is just a little toy. And then here's the Popper toy. Pea Shooter's second kid. You can tell it's a popper. Squeeze its head and it shoots. Next up we have Walnut. Round as always. Then there's Potato Mine. Here is Twin Sunflower. Double Sunflower. And then we have, here's a pretty main character. There's Apple Bomb. And then we have Heel Flower. This is a new one. This is actually just a sunflower, but I got another one to use as Heel Flower for the Garden Warfare series. And also he was in a couple videos of the regular series. And she will be present in Season 3 as well. There's Sunshroom. This one's kind of cute, but except its face, it's cute and kind of creepy at the same time. I mean, just look at it. I'm looking into your eyes. Right into the eyes. Next plush. Here's everyone's favorite. Chomper. Mia's. Here's Cherry Bomb. Two heads as always. I kind of like to stack them like this sometimes. It just looks funny. There's Marigold. And a dim-witted face. Then we have a mom, Cattail, who was supposed to have 7 kids in the Search for the Warrior series, which we are recording. Alright. Next up is Watermelon. Or no, not watermelon. What am I saying? Melon Bolt. In the series, this is going to be like his gun. I just thought of it. Like maybe a couple days ago. Your 3 other Polts. Colonel Polt. This guy is my favorite Polt out of all of them. I mean, just look at him. Not you, Sunshroom. There's Cabbage. And also one of his poses. It just looks weird. And Wintermelon. There's Fume Shroom. He's a pretty new character. Yes, the hole is still in the back of his head. I am very lazy, just to tell you. I fix other plushies, but every time I do, I just forget to fix this guy. There's Split Pea. Seriously, when are they going to get a repeat? If I have to, I'll buy another Split Pea and cut its head off. And then it'll be a repeater. There's Bok Choy, the boxer plant. My friend calls him the Brooklyn Boxer. Here is Magnet Shroom. Here's Paco. Along with that, the winged garlic. This was probably supposed to be like a piece of fan art or something, but still, it's still maybe a mystery that will go on. Why they gave the garlic wings? No. Here's jalapeno. There's Mr. Coconut, the coconut cannon. And along with that is iceberg lettuce. This guy's cute. I actually may make iceberg lettuce, like maybe, what was his name? Cabbage Pult's sister or cousin, or I don't know, because those little leaves on the sides of them look very similar to each other. Here's spring bean, squash, and snapdragon. There's 3 Peter. I like this guy. Here is star fruit. And along with that, here's Get Wrecked son, George, I think his name was, Steve, Green Star, Starfruit Jr., and you know who. My name's Bob! And the unknown Fiery. As you all know, they actually had 7 kids, but one of them died while he was getting born, like the cord caught around his neck. Even though stars don't even look like they have necks, but that's what happens sometimes to people in real life, so I thought, why not make it that? Next is Imitator. This guy, I don't know why they gave it arms, because in the game, Imitator doesn't even have arms. And I also have been wondering what Imitator is, too. I think he's like an eggplant or something, but he's also tan. But in the first game, he may be an eggplant, because in the first game, he's all gray and he looks like an eggplant. That's just my guess, but leave your comments below, even though you're probably not going to do that, because I'm an idiot, of what you think Imitator is. I think he's an eggplant. There's Boomerang. There's Doomshroom. There's Blover. There's Lily Pad. Snoopy. Gold Magnet. Here's the pumpkin, the Halloween pumpkin. This is the small flower pot. It may look big up close, but look next to the plush, and it's really a midget. There's Gatling Pea. This guy is a big plush. Oh, one sec. Yes, Gatling Pea. This is probably the biggest Plants vs. Zombies plush I ever had. Or, I can't tell if he's as tall as, one of my zombie plushies that I have, which I will show. Here's Chili Bean. Hypnoshroom. You're the only 2 plants from far future. Super Bean / Laser Bean. And Citron. I knew his name was Citron all along. I just like to call him Kitron. Here is Pea-Shooter's mom. Some guy in a guy in the last plush collection I made of this said, well, his name was Dark Tim 0671. He told me this guy was. He told me that he calls this guy Brussels sprouts, so I'm assuming this is Brussels sprouts or something. So that's that. And also, he commented for these two guys. Last time I said I didn't know what these two names are, but he gave me the names for them. But this one is still a mystery. We don't know his name. So if somebody were to comment this guy below for the name, that'd be great. He said this guy's name was Lakuma. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but and he said this girl's name was Pattaya. And he told me I should use this guy as a baby, and this guy as a mom, or I guess, and this guy as the dumb one. Maybe I'll do that idea. I don't know. Also, another guy commented and said this guy is actually a UFO. The guy who said that was the AMR 58 Plants vs. PVZ / Plants vs. Zombies. It didn't have the / Plants vs. Zombies in it, though. So I guess I'll use this guy as a baby UFO. No. So thanks to those two YouTubers. And finally, here's the lightning read. And now for the plants that you have not seen in videos yet. I have about 6 plants that you haven't seen in the videos yet. Here's a better looking version of the lightning read, by the way. So, Reed finally has a brother, Reed the lightning read. And I was also gonna name this guy Robert, the lightning Robert, and the lightning Reed. Reed the lightning Reed, and Robert the lightning Reed. I don't know. And this plush that you're about to see next is fan made. You could go looking for this on eBay because that's where I got it from. Because, well, I've never seen this guy before, and you may not be able to find it anywhere else. So I got this off eBay. Here is a fan-made plush, Dogtail. I love this guy. He's one of my new favorite plants. He's just real cute. I will use this guy in the series as and you know in Neon Mixtape Tour, if you play the games, you unlock a plant named Fatbeat. He'll be like that, but instead of like the headphones noise, it'll be like woof, 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 like Fatbeat. And now for the 4 other plushies you haven't seen. First off, we start with a peach. I think her name is Heel Peach, but I just don't. But I already have Heel Flower and Heel Peach, so I'm not really sure what this guy should do yet, or Heel Flower. I may have to change Heel Flower. Next up here is Bamboo Shoot. Then we have Fire Gourd. And finally, out of all the plant plushies I have, the Cucumber Cuke. This guy is like a ridiculous plush, so I decided to make him stupid and creepy. Because just look at this face. It's just really, oh my god, it's retarded. I don't know why they made it like that, but that's that. In the games, you would have to use like 15 gems for that thing, and then it would blow up like all the zombies. It's kind of like a Doom Shroom, but it would literally blow up all the zombies. So, that is all the plants for my Plants vs. Zombies plush collection. Let's take one final look. Now let's move on to the zombies. Alright, you saw the plants, and now it's time for the zombies. I love the zombies way more than the plants, by the way. So, starting off, here's Norm. One of the 4 of my oldest zombie plushies. There's also a little hole in his head, I think. We are right here. Gotta fix that. And I am aware that I showed my face. But this is a collection, so I don't care. So next is Duckweed, the weirdest zombie of the group, probably. I mean, just look at this guy. What game is this guy in anyway? Just some naked zombie with a couple weeds that's barely even covering him. This is seaweed? I can't tell. This is Bulby, the imp. You can move his mouth if you do this too. And of course, in Garden Warfare, wrong thing. Here's this robot, which will be in the Garden Warfare series. Here's Ugly Norm. And with this cone on, he's Coney. Or Conehead Zombie. The Cone Zombie, Conehead Zombie, Coney, whatever. But Coney. Ugly Norm. There's DuckTube. Another one of my oldest plushies. My oldest 4 plushies are probably DuckTube, Coney right there, Norm, and good old Head Zombie. Here he is. No, this guy deserves to be higher. It's the second boss. Alright, back to the zombies. Here's Newspaper. This is one of my favorite zombies. And then we have Jeffrey, another one of the main characters. And of course, here's his pig from Minecraft. I don't know why, but 2 of his legs are literally coming out of his head. Do not ask why. I got a knockoff, and that's that. Because I don't really have the money right now to get another pig, and I don't really have to either. Here's one of the painted eye plushies. Here's the drunk zombie. I finally came up with a name for this guy, and I decided to name him Brady. Brady. That's gonna be his name. Alright, then we have Hambone, the original cowboy. The first cowboy, of course. I have 5 cowboy plushies now. It's ridiculous. And I also have like 4 pirate plushies, I think. How did I forget about you, Buckethead? Here's the Buckethead zombie. And without his hat, or his bucket, here's the mummy zombie, of course. Here's the first pirate. Here's Swashbuckler, the 3rd pirate. Or in what is it? Garden Warfare, he's Captain Deadbeard. Here's one of the 2 dancing zombies. This is the first dancing zombie, or the Michael Jackson zombie. I don't know what guy is this. If someone could tell me what game this guy's from, that'd be great, because I have no clue. And why did the company give Michael Jackson a guitar? And here's the second one. I like this guy better because he has the little thing over here. Okay, next up is Disco. Here it is. There's Raw, or Raw Zombie, whatever. Here is Dolphin Rider. And also, here's his dolphin. Don't go looking for this guy on eBay or Amazon or AliExpress, whatever the company you look on, because does not come with this guy. This is a separate dolphin that I just found in my animals bin or whatever. There's Lobber, the dwarf zombie. He's just an imp with little strands of hair. Hold on 1 second. Here is his package. The bomb's not in it right now. There's the pole vault zombie, or the flexor zombie in my series. Flexy and flexy and flexier than flexy. And of course, here is his bowl. Here's one of the bosses, Gargantuar. The first boss that I ever had. I love this guy. And that hole is still in his leg, which I will fix. Like Fume Shroom. I'm a terrible liar. I probably won't fix this until like 5 months from now. And of course, his little partner, or imp, whatever, his little munchkin, Oompa Loompa dude. I don't know what. They should have gave him legs. Like, really. I mean, this wasn't really supposed to come out of the little sack thing over here. It was originally sewed in, so I guess that's why he has no legs. There's the gong zombie. This guy bangs a gong, and these guys come out. The bomb zombies. Next up, we have... Well, I forgot your name. Pete. Yes, Pete. Here he is. There's another one of the cowboys. Here are 2 other cowboys. There's Tommy. He was only shown in one video, which was the final one. And of course, here's Jimmy, the ugly cowboy. There's Hammer Zombie, or the frustrated zombie in my series. Here is the cowboy imp. He's just like an imp, but cowboy. This guy's pretty tall for an imp. Here's just a tall comparison. He's almost as tall as this zombie, but he's only a little bit shorter. Super Brains. Super Brains is the second boss I had, by the way. Here's Dr. Zomboss. Here's the God of Wealth, boss of the Kung Fu World Plants vs. Zombies game. Here is just another pirate zombie. This is the 4th pirate zombie. I named this guy, I don't even remember. Oh yeah, Matthew. This guy's name is Matthew, and this guy is deaf. Automatic. He's like automatic deaf when he was born. I just feel like making him that because it would just be weird anyway, because this zombie is actually the only zombie with ears. I could if I had to, I would literally show all these zombies, which I just did, and you would see that none of them have ears. But this one actually has ears, but he's deaf. Here is another Norm zombie, but this one's a little different. This one's like better quality. I was thinking of making this guy like an iron door zombie, so it could be kind of like a boss. But you'd have to look out for. But if they want him to do any good, they would have to take out the magnet shroom first. All right. So then, so this is what I decided this guy was gonna do. I was gonna make this guy like the King Zombie in Dark Ages, because I don't play Kung Fu World really. And he would like He doesn't only have the ability to put helmets on zombies like this. Wait, I already have a hat. Shut up. He could, like, throw helmets at people. For an example. Ow. Alright, here's some props. Just some props. Like a red cone, a blue cone. The blue cone is supposed to make you faster in my series. And the red cone makes you the ability to have leap and jumping powers. And just 2 other regular cones. Now let's get to the final 4 zombies. Okay, so here's another fan-made plant, but you can't find this on... no. You can't find this on any... You can't find this on any website or company. Whatever. This is homemade. Well, not really homemade. I just took a zombie and a plant and cut the heads off and sewed them back on. And, yeah, this came out. And also, you know what else came out along with that? Zombatney! Yeah, let's go. So here's Zombatney pea shooter. I love this guy. He's one of my favorite plushies. And just look at him. And finally, for the second Zombatney and the last Zombatney, Zombatney Snow Pea. The reason why I know there's not a Snow Pea zombie in the original game, but the reason why I did Snow Pea is because they actually used to sell these 2 Zombatney plushies like 5 years ago. But I wasn't even living here 5 years ago, and so I had no clue what Plants vs. Zombies was back then, and so I couldn't really get these 2 guys. So that's why I got homemade ones. And when I said I have 4 plushies left, I have another one of this, but except it's just not done being sewed yet. So. And what do you guys think this guy's attack should do anyway? And if this guy should be a plant or a zombie? Leave your comments in the below of what you guys think this guy should do. Well, you all saw it. That is my Plants vs. Zombies plush collection. Like, share, subscribe, and please comment. Peace.